All right, let's talk about something huge. We're diving into one of the most exciting and, let's be real, one of the most frustrating things for any entrepreneur out there: creating and selling your very own digital product.
You know the dream, right? Making money while you sleep. That sweet, sweet passive income. Financial freedom. It's what gets so many of us started on this path. But then you hit that first giant wall. And the question is always the same. What on earth am I actually supposed to sell?
But what if I told you that that exact question, what should I sell, is actually the problem? It's the reason so many of us get stuck. It's this sneaky little trap that stops amazing ideas dead in their tracks.
So here's what usually happens. We start by asking, what? We get out the whiteboard, we brainstorm products, we try to invent something totally new just out of the blue, and we do it all without thinking about who is actually going to pull out their credit card and buy it.
And when you start with what, you almost always end up creating something, well, generic. You sound just like everybody else. The only way to stand out is to lower your price, which is a race to the bottom. And your message just becomes background noise, because you're not speaking to any one person.
Okay, so here is the big mindset shift. This is the whole game. Successful creators, they don't start with, what should I create? Nope, they start with a totally different question. Who can I help?
Think of it like two different roads. The what road? That leads to frustration, burnout, and crickets. But the who road? Oh man, everything changes. You're not a generalist anymore, you're a specialist. You start attracting people who are already searching for what you offer, and you're solving a real concrete problem for them. And that, my friends, brings us right to the idea of finding your profitable niche. This is that magic intersection where your own life experience meets a demand that people will actually pay for. And it's not as complicated as it sounds. A niche is just two things: who you help plus the problem you solve. That's it. A specific group of people and a specific problem they have. One person, one problem. Remember that formula.
So where do you find this amazing niche? You don't have to look far. You just have to look at your own life. Seriously, you don't need to be the world's #1 expert. You just need to be a few steps ahead of someone else. So ask yourself, what's a challenge I've already overcome? What's something new I've learned to do? What could I teach someone else step by step? I promise you, your product idea is hiding in one of those answers.
And here's a huge tip for making sure it's profitable. The most successful, best-selling digital products, they almost always fall into one of three big buckets: health, wealth, so money or business, and relationships, which includes personal growth. People will always pay money to get better in these areas. Your experience, whatever it is, probably fits into one of these.
Okay, so you've figured out who you want to help. Awesome. Now we have to make a really, really important distinction. You need to focus on buyers, not browsers.
So what's the difference? A browser, they're just window shopping. They'll download your free stuff, watch your videos, but they have zero intention of ever buying anything. A buyer, though? A buyer is on a mission. They have a problem that feels urgent. It's keeping them up at night. They aren't looking for freebies, they're looking for a solution, now. And they are ready to pay for it. That's the person you need to be talking to. So how do you create something that buyer, that person with the urgent problem, absolutely cannot resist? Simple. You build them a bridge. This framework I'm about to show you, this is your blueprint for a product that actually sells. I want you to picture your ideal customer. Right now, they are stranded on an island. Let's call it the island of pain. This is where they are today. It's a place full of frustration, confusion. They're just stuck. What does that pain feel like? Well, maybe they're just totally overwhelmed, where they feel like they're on a hamster wheel, running and running but getting nowhere. Maybe it's a lack of confidence or the constant stress of not having a consistent income. You have to know exactly what this pain feels like for them. Now, across this big stormy sea, they can see another island in the distance. And this is the island of desire. That's their goal. It's where they dream of being. It's the after picture, the transformation they're craving. And just look at how those desires line up perfectly with their pains. They're overwhelmed, so they want clarity, a simple plan. They're on a hamster wheel, so they want freedom. They lack confidence, they want to feel skilled. Every desire is the exact opposite of their current pain. But here's the problem. They're stuck on Pain Island. They can see Desire Island, but they have no boat, no map, no idea how to cross that gap. They are looking desperately for a way to get there. And this is where you come in. Because your product, it's not just an ebook or a course. Your product is the bridge. It is the clear, step-by-step path that gets them from the island of pain safely to the island of desire. It's the thing that closes that gap for them.
So really, the whole model boils down to this one idea. Forget selling to everyone. Real success, real money, comes from this formula. One person, one problem, and one solution. You get laser-focused on one person, you find their most urgent problem, and you build the one perfect bridge to solve it.
So let's stop asking, what can I create? From now on, I want you to ask yourself this one question, because the answer isn't just a product idea. It's the entire foundation for a business that's not just profitable, but one that actually makes a difference. So what bridge are you going to build?